So I'm just hunkered down here on the floor with my indoor red Malabar spinach plant that I did attempt to grow outside. I'm in a zone 5B here in Newfoundland, Canadian 5B. And this is a very, Malabar spinach is more a tropical plant. It's not a real spinach, a true spinach at all. I don't even think it's related. But therefore, though, where spinach doesn't like heat, this likes heat. So I tried it 2 years in a row, starting it indoors 6 weeks before, which for many of you, I'm sure, have probably tried it and it works. Because you have a nice warm summer when it hits. We can have lovely warm days, and we did this year. We had a great summer. But it can be 20 degrees Celsius, 12 degrees Celsius, and you know, it can go up and down. And this plant does not like that. So I tried growing it indoors. I put one seed in this pot. This pot also houses, well, at the moment it houses a random tomato plant and a mandarin orange. I put a mandarin orange seed in here and the wee trees growing in there. You can't see it anymore, poor thing. So I put one seed in. Here's what the seeds look like. I just picked that off the floor because they're dropping now. This has in effect gone to flower and seed. And that's because I let it dry out a bit. They like to be kept moist. But I planted this last winter. It's over a year old. I planted it, yeah, I'd say maybe it is just a year old. And it grew quickly, it grew fine, it grew healthy. It's been a pure joy to have in the house. And as you see it now, it's quite ornamental. I'm a little over having this crazy vine in here now, so I don't mind that it's gone to seed, and I'm gathering the seeds. What happens is these there goes one right there. These flowers, which look like red berries, and they can produce a dye actually, so can the stem of the red Malabar. I think it's used in some, or used to be used for red dye in maybe Asia or somewhere. But they dry out. I'm trying to find seeds here. I don't know. I'll show you some. But as they dry, then they become the corn, the peppercorn it looks like, and that's your seeds. So I have tons of seeds. If anybody wants any seeds, by the way, let me know below. And I've never grown from the seeds that I'm gathering, so I'm not sure they're 100% viable, but they should be. They look the same as the ones I planted. But I just wanted to speak briefly before this passes, because as I say, I've let it kind of go a bit. It grew in this pot with soil that was iffy. So I don't think I think it's a very hardy plant. And I know that it drops these seeds, so I think it could be slightly like a weed, but they're easy to pull out, so it's not invasive per se, but it will self-seed. It is a perennial vine. So this, if I let it go, I'll probably see how far I can let it go, will continue growing. What a great thing to have inside. So if you're in a colder area like myself, this is really cool to have greens. Now Malabar spinach is a different plant. It has the same, I don't know the name of it, but the same gluiness, I guess you would call it, that you would find in plants like aloe vera. They have the same musculin or something like this, and cactus. So they are quite thick and meaty, but crisp. I really like them raw. It's very interesting to read people's comments on Malabar. Some like it raw better in salads, and some like it cooked better. They don't like the texture raw, and some don't like the texture cooked. So I've tried both, certainly, and you have to find a way, I've found, to cook it to your likings. And for me, that's sort of to throw it in very last minute, because it does get very gluey. But it holds up way better than spinach. it retains its shape, I guess, longer than a spinach. So when you put it in, and it's very commonly used in, I think, Asia and Africa in stews, and there's lots of great meals. I haven't tried many of them. But if you're making an egg frittata, or you're making even scrambled eggs, salads, sandwiches, you need some lettuce on it. It's amazing to have, and because I have it indoors, I just come over and grab it. But I love I really, really like the flavor, and it is a similar flavor to spinach when cooked, though as I say, it's not related. So I just wanted to go through this before the plant gets too mucky. And here you can see, as the vine was growing, I was preparing my tomatoes for outdoors, and it attacked one of my tomatoes and grabbed it, and I just let them intertwine. Here's some tomatoes growing over here. They kind of just lived in symbiotic relationship here, so I let them go. But if you haven't tried Malabar spinach, give it a go. It's just a great resource that needs so little care, grows really well. I think they can grow up to 10 feet high. I don't know how long this is because I just keep weaving it around. And you'll see that I've got a lot of the smaller leaves. I try to pick the large leaves when I'm cooking them down, but for salads, the smaller leaves are much better, much better. So yeah, just a little bit about my indoor red Malabar spinach. Let me know if you grow it.